All right, man. So, top five water Pokemon, personal choices. Number five for me, Kingdra. Come on, we already know what Kingdra was about. And what was that? Second gen.
Yeah,
We
Mhm.
all know what he was about, what he
the
stood for.
only, literally the only
You can say
dragon
what he
type
stood for.
Pokemon
Yeah,
in
what
that
he
gen.
stood for.
What he stood
Like
for.
Nah, I think that was
just
dope
added
though.
one.
How they, I think it was so dope how they just added
Only
Kingdra
had
out of nowhere.
only had one weakness.
See, I mean, Cedra needed an evolution and got the right one.
Yeah.
It's a dope little water dragon.
Hmm.
Number four should have been water and dragon. Instead, he's
I
water
know
and flying.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
The
Go ahead.
Gyarados. It's so
Yeah.
weird. They made him water and flying, son. That's a dragon, son.
Hmm.
Like his whole his image, like the art is based on Asian dragons. Like he even got the whiskers and all that stuff. So I don't
Yeah.
even know why they made him
Well,
water and flying, but
he's not
he
even
was
really
dope.
built for flying though.
Same reason why
Yeah,
I guess
exactly.
Charizard is like not fire and dragon or whatever.
Yeah, but Charizard learns a few flying moves now, if I'm not mistaken. Like a good,
Sharp and near all the good ones. It even
yeah,
learns by itself, I think.
yeah. Like Charizard, like they've made it to where he is a flying and fire
Yeah,
Pokemon.
like, I didn't really complain. I just said it would be dope if he was, but the flying and fire made sense to him.
Yeah, and how many times have you seen Gyarados fly in the anime? How many can you couldn't use fly with Gyarados for how long?
I I think I want to look up on Google like is it possible for like a Gyarados to just levitate and just fly away? Is that
I,
possible?
I think Mega Gyarados does levitate at some. I don't forgot if it was in the anime or something. But even Mega Gyarados, they could have made him water and drag. He's water and dark, right?
Yeah.
Like, come on, son. Like, and they know the fans want that, but it's whatever. I digress. That's why he's number four and not higher, son. Because that
Okay.
flying typing just makes no sense to me. All right. Number
Hmm.
three is completely left field for y'all, but it's Octillery, and it has nothing to do with the the handheld games. It has everything to do with the trading card game because it has a move like where keep drawing cards until you have four cards in your hand. I mean, five cards in your hand, and like that, you can use that move every turn. And it's not like you don't have to have. It doesn't have to be your active Pokemon. It just has to be on your bench. So it's an ability. It's not an actual attack. And I use that like crazy, son. I think I got like over 1,000 wins with Octillery being in my deck. So like I had to throw in a TCG Pokemon in there. I'm
Hmm.
probably gonna throw another one in for like Fairy or another typing. But yeah, Octillery number three. So
Yeah.
number
The fact that it's the
two,
only that learns off the Zuka.
yeah,
That was
number
fucking.
what you call it? Number two is a Pokemon that I actually never used, but like it's so the concept is dope to me, son. Greninja, son.
Mm.
That's a
Mm-hmm.
dope Pokemon, son. Like if like I
And
would want to use
Smear.
that, son, if I
Ever
could.
since they put him in Smash Brothers, I was like, yeah, I
Yeah.
need to see what
Apparently,
he's
Ash
about.
Greninja is banned from tournaments.
Mm.
Yo, yeah, nah, it's ridiculous, man. But what do you call it? Number one is
Uh oh.
Slowbro.
Oh, okay.
That's my
Why slow,
guy,
bro?
son.
Like, oh,
I don't know, like when like
I wanna know why. Why is
nah,
he your guy?
I want to know why.
I need an explanation.
I just always thought Slowbro was dope, like in the anime.
Hmm.
And just like in the game too, I used to use him a lot. Like like it had like back then, I didn't care about stats or nothing. He was just a dope Pokemon. Like the typing was crazy, psychic and water.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I honestly like there was too much water to Pokemon to choose from. So like, cause I could have put anybody at that spot. I could have put Psyduck at that spot. They very similar Pokemon to me in some ways, not in terms of their stats, but in terms of like the moves they could learn, their move sets, especially early
Hmm.
on. They both pretty similar. I could have put Stormy, same thing, similar move sets they could learn. They probably don't like level up and get this. Well, they all probably get like this. So those first early joints that you get like confusion and all the BS and psychic and stuff like that. Like they all
Yeah,
learn those kind of moves. But yeah,
I feel
son, it could have been. I could have chosen anybody, but like I just wanted my list to be like varied more so this time around. And
I
I
feel
don't know. I
you.
like
There's a ton of water Pokemon. Like
yeah.
I
Our
see.
honorable mentions is gonna be crazy. Like because there's so
Hmm.
many that we could have listed. But yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely true. Let me
I'm gonna
get
let
on
y'all
here
go.
next, man. Let me get on here. Yeah, man. My favorite water Pokemon is very basic, Blastoise. I mean, I've always been a Blastoise fan.
Yeah,
Like Gen 1, I started off with a Squirtle. I used Blastoise in like every game where I was able to get a Blastoise.
yeah,
Has good defenses, very good defenses. And to be honest with you, his other stats are actually not bad. He's pretty balanced.
yeah,
You know, I like the design, and I don't know. I've just always been a Blastoise person. That's just me. He got the cannons on his shoulders. He got a cool looking Mega Evolution. So let me
yeah.
move to the next one, man. Uh, let me see. I'm over here actually looking at my list. Gyarados. Gyarados would be like I guess number two. Like one thing I gotta say, uh, the double weakness to Thunder is no bueno. If you can keep like if you can keep a Gyarados like away from electricity, then
Yeah,
Gyarados can be very formidable. You know what I mean? I love that they gave him Intimidate, and you can actually, it took him like a while, like a long time to give him an actual flying move, but you can give him bounce.
yeah,
That's something. But we all seen the story about like I always thought like Gyarados was like one of the ultimate mind fucks of Pokemon because it's like you would never in a million years think a Magikarp would evolve into something like that.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like I never forget when I bought the Magikarp off the old man for like 500 beans,
yeah.
and all the nigga had was Splash, and I'm like, yo, like what's good? And I'm like, had I known that he evolves into a monster, like I would have stuck with it. I gave up on using Magikarp when I first.
Yeah. I think I knew
I
about
couldn't stand it.
Gyarados already. So, I definitely did because I got mad lucky when Red and Blue came out. My pops got me Red, Blue, a Game Boy Color, and the Strategy Guide. He all at the same
Oh,
time.
I ain't
He,
have none of that. I would just
he,
finding
he
shit out
gave
for
it to me,
myself.
son. What you wanted me to do?
I was finding out for myself, man. Like I tried to use the Abra, that teleport. I said, nah, man, I can't no more. But I digress, man. But I always thought that Gyarados' design just, you know what I mean? It just looks very intimidating, and it just looks like a dope ass Pokemon. Now number
Yeah,
three, I was kind of going back and forth between number three, but it's a Pokemon that's been moving up on my list, and Skeet should be very familiar with this nigga, Sharpedo.
mm, mm,
I was
Sharpedo,
gonna
he started moving up on my list. Like
say him.
I was I was to be honest with you, I was never too crazy about Sharpedo. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, Piranha evolves into a shark. It's water and dark. But I'm like, all right, got good offensive stats. The defenses are just too terrible for me to like really mess with it. But Sharpedo, he is what he is. He's a complete like he's like the definition of a glass cannon.
yeah,
He's probably one of the best glass cannons out there. Like all you gotta do is set him up, give him like a focus sash, and go wild. Like Sharpedo is one of my strongest Pokemon. Like it got me like the furthest in Battle Tower, man. and I use him in competitive battles when I used to play online and shit. Like I always start off with Sharpedo. Sharpedo was like my point guard. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
sets up everything else for the rest of my team.
you use them the same way I use Dragapult.
Yeah, like throw him out there first, pair him with like a flying Pokemon so you can get off a good Earthquake and go from there. But yeah, man, that's how I feel about Sharpedo. Its ability, what is it? Got I think rough skin. I mean,
Intimidate.
it'll probably be dead, but you know what I mean. But at least you could do a little bit of damage to somebody if they hit it with a physical move. But anyway, moving on to number 4. This might come as a bit of a surprise to some people, but some people might expect Quagsire.
Mm.
Quagsire is not the most flashy Pokemon, and honestly, it's not really that good for competitive either. I just like it. You know,
They fell in love.
for one,
At
back in the
first sight,
day, there wasn't a lot of Pokemon that learned Earthquake. Like Quagsire was good for that at least, and learned Earthquake back in the day, like level 38. And you know, back then, I was like, I didn't want to use my Earthquake TM. So when I found out that Quagsire actually learns it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna use him. And not to mention, it only has one weakness, even though that weakness is a double weakness. Grass. You know,
yeah.
it completely nullifies electricity. But the problem is, besides Earthquake, I don't know about nowadays, but besides Earthquake back in the day, Quagsire didn't learn anything good. He learned like
Mm.
Water Gun and Mist and some other bullshit moves. So you had
Yeah.
to really teach it a lot of moves like Surf and some other shit.
Yeah,
You
there's a
still
lot
have
of
just
Pokemon like that.
Hmm.
I mean, as long as them stats is kicking and them TMs get popped off.
Like Quagsire had like good HP, attack and D, and everything else was pretty trash. But it plays its role. I mean, you can do a couple things with a Quagsire. Now, my last Pokemon on my list,
Uh-oh.
Octillery.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even think
Now,
that Octillery would be mentioned on this list twice.
listen, bro. Like, I was prepared. I was prepared. 'Cause I couldn't leave Octillery off this list. There's a lot of things I got to say about Octillery. One, let's start with now. Non-legendary Pokemon getting an exclusive move is super rare. You got
Well, back in the
Ho-Oh
day,
has, yeah, Ho-Oh has Sacred Fire. Lugia has Aeroblast, but they actually gave Octillery its own move, Octazooka. I used to love Octazooka for the, mostly for the fact that he's the only nigga that can have it, and
Yeah.
it had a very high chance of lowering the target's accuracy. So I loved Octillery back in the day. But another thing about like Octillery is I found it pretty odd how a fish evolves into an octopus. Like I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's kind of interesting.
But I
But
think it's one of those funny evolutions,
mhm.
like how Slowbro, or like how Slowpoke turns into Slowbro, Slowking. So it's like one of those evolutions where it's like two Pokemon have to interact with each other or something like that. Something
I don't
like
know, man. But I know that
I'm looking
now
at it.
a real reason I wanted to talk about Octillery was three things: Bubble Beam, Aurora Beam, and Psybeam, all in the same level. I ain't never seen no shit like that before.
yeah,
Like Octillery was the first Pokemon that really had me stumped on what four moves to give it because it learned so much good shit. Like I feel like Octillery and Remoraid learn, and I'm not talking about using TMs or none of that other shit. I'm talking about just what
Yeah.
they learn by leveling up. They learn some of the best moves out of any Pokemon to me.
yeah,
Like
good company.
moving it, yeah. Like so I think it learned all three of those moves at like level 23, and then Didn't it learn Octazooka at like 33? It was crazy. I
Oh,
think it evolved at 25, learned
because I'm sure
Octazooka at
it's
30,
different now.
and then it learned Hyper Beam. Like, god damn, bro. And then now you can give it Gunk Shot. You know, you will want to probably give it like Ice Beam, like as an upgrade to Aurora Beam. Like, it's just so much shit. And I was just like, yo, I've never seen no Pokemon learn this many good moves. Like, it was like something new to me. But
Mm.
you know, Artillery is a good Pokemon. Now, if you want to talk about, I didn't even say nothing about its stats. If I'm not mistaken, the only bad stat on Artillery is the speed. It has really
Defenses
solid
are
offenses.
the
The
defenses
defense
are
is
not
all right. Yeah, all right. What's the number?
75.
That's well, it's
Yeah,
better than 70. It could be,
yeah.
you know, they could take a hit
Mm-hmm.
depending on who's the person hitting them.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's it, man. I know you ready to close this thing out, man. Go ahead and do you, my brother.
Well, we have one of my yours. At number 5, I got Kingdra. I mean, yeah, nothing more to be said on her. Dragon and Water, loving the typing, stats balanced, move pool ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm about to get mine ready for competitive soon. Number 4,
What moves you plan on giving it?
I'm not sure yet. I didn't
Dragon
look into
Pulse?
any strategy yet. Like, I'm not sure if I want to just go all offensive or if I want to do like part offense, part support. I don't know yet.
Will there be
It'll be
a
annoying.
Dragon Pulse involved?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't even look into it yet. I know I want to use one. It's one of my favorites, so I got to throw him in there.
I bet.
Number 4, I got Urshifu. He's brand new, but I'm loving him. I'm loving him.
That's a water type?
Yeah, I feel like there are 2 types. You have the rapid strike style and the single strike style. Single strike is fighting in dark. Rapid strike is fighting in water.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's fire. Like, it's basically like the legendary you get with the Isle of Armor DLC. You get the Cub Food. You fight in the tower. You choose which tower you want to go. Depending on which tower you go, you beat the trainers. After you beat the last guy, you evolve it into, whichever, rapid or single strike.
Yo,
It's fire.
SB, you going out?
Nah,
Ooh.
I'm looking at. You got me looking at Remoraid and Artillery.
Oh.
But I think it's dope. Like I feel like they finally put water with one of the bulkier types, but also left it with good stats. Like the speed is great, the attack is off the charts, and it has solid defenses. So
What does
all
it have
around,
that's bad?
I just wish it wasn't shiny lock. I need a shiny Urshifu just to stunt. Number 3, I got Inteleon. That's the water starter from Gen 8.
Yeah, that thing.
Wait, yo, how did
I just
you
love how
kept going until Urshifu was shiny? Like you kept resetting it?
No, it's shiny lock. You can't get a shiny Urshifu.
Oh, okay.
You
I
can
thought
get
you said you had one.
No, I said I wish it wasn't shiny lock so I could stunt with a shiny.
Yeah, that's so
one.
corny. I hate shiny lock, but yeah.
G-Max Inteleon is literally on top of like a tower in the prone position, ready to snipe. Like, that shit is fire. Speed off the charts, special attack crazy, snipe shot. Like, he's just dope. Like, he shoots his attacks from his fingers like a gun. Like, it's just fire to me. Number 2, taking it all the way back, my nigga Tentacruel, aka Cruelly. Poison and water.
Let him know, man. Let him know.
My nigga Cruelly, man. I'm going on 2 decades with my man. Cruelly, poison and water, lovely speed, special attack. Not too crazy, but it's serviceable. Special defense off the charts. Move pool. Like whatever you need. You need sludge bomb. You need ice beam. What you need? You need bubble beam, water pulse, surf.
Mhm.
types of shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Truly. And then number one, I got Slow King. Now,
Slow
he's
King
pretty
got
much
some
the
good
same as Slow
stats.
Bro, except the defenses are flipped around. Like
Yeah,
his
special
special
D is crazy.
yeah. And I love the fact that you could teach a power gym.
Yeah, I
Just
remember you had one.
yeah, it's just an extra fire move for more coverage and competitive. Like,
Yep.
Okay.
kind of wanted to get into Galarian Slow Bro, but because I never used him, I left him off the list. But I looked into him; he's fire. But I'm fucking with Slow King, man. Slow King is my number one.
Yeah.
I think
I
I
didn't
had
Slow
expect
King
that.
is a savage. I remember when they first revealed him.
I remember
It
he
was
was
for like
talking in the Pokemon movie. He was just
yeah.
there.
He had his. But yeah. So yeah, I found out why Remoraid evolves into Octillery. So Remoraid is supposed to be a gun, and Octillery is supposed to be a cannon.
nigga looked
And like,
into it.
yeah, this is like the original. I'll probably put up. Oh, that's clear anyway. So you see, that's like Remoraid looked more like a gun, and Octillery looked more like a cannon. But
And
then they changed it to look how they look
alright.
now. So I
Yeah.
guess they wanted it to be like more child friendly. I don't know, because the descriptions they be having don't be that child friendly anyway. But
Well, thank you for clearing that up,
whatever.
because
I know that.
I did always find it weird that a fish evolved into an octopus.
Yeah, me too. I just ain't care to look into it until just now.
Mm.
But
Oh
yeah,
yeah, we gotta get into our honorable mentions and shit, right?
yeah, keep it all under 100, son. Like I get there's a lot of water
No,
Pokemon.
no, I'm
Keep
about
it
to
under
say now the
100.
first person I gotta admit, like I was gonna put this nigga on my list, but I felt like I had to talk more about Octillery. But man, how can you not fucking talk about Kyogre?
Mm-hmm.
Kyogre to me is one of the like strongest Pokemon out there. Period.
Yeah,
I feel like it's almost a cheat because
yeah,
I felt like they like Pokemon. I don't know. They kind of did some funny shit in Gen 3 with Groudon and Kyogre. Like Kyogre was set up the right way, but they messed up Groudon because Groudon is not a fire type, but it has the ability Drought. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, like I always found that. You ever found that shit weird, Skeet?
Yeah.
Like
Maybe
Kyogre is
ground or something like that.
I guess they wanted it to be like I don't know. I guess they wanted it to be more like earthy ground, like as far as like the earth in general, and not
because it
ground
made
like
the
the dirt.
continents. I
Yeah,
I get
so
that,
so you know like
but
lava, magma, that all plays a part in the land and stuff
yeah,
like that. So
I feel you. I mean, a fire like like a flamethrower from a Groudon is still because it has good like special attack, it'll still take up some damage. But the fact that Kyogre's best stat is its special attack and special defense, and it has the drizzle shit. Like it can wipe out, it can sweep with water moves. You know what I mean? And not to
Yeah,
mention the thunder is 100% accuracy in the rain.
yeah,
So it's like I don't know that there's few Pokemon, man. Like you would have to, I think, check its ability, like somehow shut its ability off to cripple it a little bit or do some other shit. But there's not a lot of like checks for Kyogre to me, man. Like, cause even if you use like a strong electric Pokemon to like and try to use like Thunder against it, like its special defense can probably eat a Thunder.
I guess. But they have other moves now. Is it Plasma Fist is an electric move, right? I'm trying to remember.
With that,
What's that
That's
electric move that? Huh?
what move?
I think Plasma Fist. No, that's not. Is that electric?
Yes, it's electric. Yeah,
And it's physical, right?
yeah.
So that I don't know. Man.
yeah,
Plasma
Black. If
Fist
there's
might do
anybody
it.
who should know how strong Kyogre is, it's definitely Black Lightning. Cause I remember that nigga
Yeah,
used
for
to
sure.
stay stayed bragging about his Kyogre. That was his strongest Pokemon, son. That shit used to just wash niggas up.
Yeah. But I feel like the first bit I've been kind of trying to stay away from like mentioning legendaries too
Nah,
much.
but you gotta mention, if we talking about water, you gotta talk about Kyogre. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
it's amazing.
definitely
Like,
better than
doesn't really have bad stats.
not at
If
all.
to me, if I always wanted to use a Kyogre, and I think I had a Kyogre ready to use. I forgot the name. It was like Timid. Yeah, like I would want to just punt like
That's a
the
good
attack
move.
stat. Yeah, like I would want to raise everything except for attack.
Mm.
Honestly, I think I would rather have a bold to make it more of a tank, just in case niggas try to physical moves and shit. Like, yo, Kyogre is a tough get around.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, since we're still talking about honorable mention, I was gonna say something about Tentacruel too. I was gonna say something about Starmie. I was gonna say something about Greninja too. Niggas is on like
Yeah.
almost everybody's list, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
The party going on and on and on, on and on and on. Hey bartender, gotta make this drink more strong. Trying to activate tonight, nigga turn me to another guy. Woke up to you, nice to meet you. Style like a Leah, girl you're more than a woman. Hey, with that body so feature, you a real diva. No Beyonce feature, I'ma need ya. Get up off that ass, let me teach ya, yeah. You ain't even gotta stunt, I ain't even gonna lie. Since you walked up in the club, I've been giving you the eye. We can dance if you want, get distracted if you like. Must be a full moon.